So this is the part 2 when I'm gonna show you how to join the Ikea Pax wardrobes together, how to do this correctly, how to attach the wardrobes to the wall for those wooden bits which we did in a previous part 1. So if you like to see that, how this is done, if you have a skirting board, go to part 1. And I'm gonna show you how to attach correctly the top rail. People complain about that one, cannot put it on, and how to attach the bottom rail. In a part 3, I'm gonna show you door adjustment on the Ikea Pax sliding doors. So if your door's not lining up, I'm gonna show you everything, how to adjust the doors and how all the mechanics of it works. And you're gonna see how to attach the ending panel. So it's the ending panel for outer door and for the inner door. In a part 4, I'm gonna explain how to do the lights. This is the light for the Ikea Pax sliding door, and the lights are right on the top, and I'm gonna show you how to do the wiring as well without drilling any holes. Let's go to part 2. So this is your last chance to hoover the carpet or clean the floor, whatever kind of floor you have, before you put the wardrobe in place, because now we're gonna attach them to the wall through those wooden bits. As I mentioned, if you didn't see how we did that, go to part 1. So we reduce all the gaps to nothing. We're gonna put the wardrobes exactly the same as when we marked the wall. So this is the position you want it, and that's how they're gonna be attached to the wall. No gap here at the back. We have skirting board here. And second one, exactly the same. Reduce the gap on the middle to minimum. Here have to line up 100% at the bottom. Close the gap here to nothing. So we're gonna have nice equal gap once we attach the wardrobe to the wall. At the moment it's a little bit more on the top, but when it's attached it's gonna be just perfect. As the thickness of the wooden bits is exactly the same as the thickness of the skirting board. Now the top is very important. A lot of people complain about the top rail. They cannot put the top rail in. So here is the key. When you're joining the wardrobes, you have to have here 100% on the top, straight, no half millimeter up or down. You're gonna have to line up at the front and on the top as well. So make sure this is done right. I see this in the comments. I cannot put the top rail, I have a problem with the top rail, this and that. So this is the point why you have a problem. So that gap gonna go exactly on the middle, so you cannot make mistake there. If the top's not lining up, because the space is quite tight to get in, and have a problem to come in. But we're gonna come back to it at the end. Just for now, make sure when you're joining the wardrobes, the tops and the front panels lining up perfectly. At the bottom, we line up the bottom as well. So once it's done, use those small clamps just to keep me in place before I join them with the joining screws. Everything is done. I'm happy with that. Make sure the top back is not opening as well, but we're gonna fix that with the joining screw at the back. So this is the joining screws. You're getting them in the box with your wardrobes. So one female, one male part. They're gonna join through the side panels of the wardrobe. So it's gonna be this way. Doesn't matter if you put female left or right, they're gonna be the same thing. And we're gonna have two at the front, one up, one down, same at the back, one up, one down, and maybe on the middle if the middle part is opening. Regarding the holes which we're gonna use for the joining screws on the top, that's gonna depend on what you have. In this case, we're gonna have a lights there. So some of the holes gonna be obstructed by lights. So we're gonna use the ones which is gonna be free. Choose the hole which is not obstructed by anything, and go highest to the top you can. At the bottom I like to go the lowest I can, but here we have the rail. All that side you can go with the first hole under the rail, but it's slightly hinting on the rail. It doesn't affect the sliding, but this one is safe, always one on the top, which is gonna be fine as well. On the middle, so depending where your shelves or your interior is going, you choose the on the middle if you need to join it as well. So here we don't have any shelves. If you have hinge doors, watch out where the hinge is going, so you don't put the joining screw where the hinges go. That's applied to top, bottom and the middle. The size of the drill bit, exactly the same size as the holes, so don't go smaller, don't go bigger. At the bottom we're going with this hole. This is the safe hole first on the top of the rail for the drawers. Slide it in, female, and join it with the male on the other side. The fronts, they line up perfectly at the bottom. On the top exactly the same, everything lining up. Now I'm gonna drill the The size of the drill bit, people asking in the comment, is the size of the hole. I think it's 5.5. Don't take my word for it, just go with the size of the hole. We're not extending the holes, we want the joining screws go nice and tight in. Female in, male from the other side, and join together. The female go over the first panel, so it's kind of holding the thing together better. If you make the hole too big, then there is a space to move, and we don't want that. At the back, we're gonna go where there is no shelves, no anything obstructing as well, so we're going right under that metal bracket. In your case, maybe different if you wanna have a shelf there, so you go one hole up or one hole down. At the bottom, you're not gonna have anything on this side, so I can drill an exact height as at the front. Place the female and secure it with the male on the other side. So just watch if you're not gonna have any obstructions before you drill that. By obstruction, I mean any drawers, shelves, or any interior fittings. Now we can remove the clamps as the wardrobe is joined together already. And we can drill the wooden bits which we attached to the wall previously to get ready to attach the wardrobe to the wall. So the screws, select them depend on how thick is your screw. In our case, we're going with this one. And the drill bit is like one size smaller, not too small because you're gonna chip the wood, and not too big because there is not gonna be enough tension in the screw when you're gonna come in. So select the correct drill bit according to size of your screw. So when the screw coming to the hole, there is enough tension to hold the wardrobe in place. But that's just common sense. Bigger drill bit, smaller screw, nothing gonna hold. So slightly smaller drill bit and screw holding nice and tight, and it's not gonna chip the wooden bit. So that's why we're drilling that wooden piece. We don't go straight with the screws because that wooden bit on the wall is quite thin. So if you go with a thicker screw, you can just chip the wooden bit. There is no purpose. Nothing gonna hold that screw in. So that's why we pre-drilling this bit now here for the screws. So one for each hole. And now this is the washers which they're gonna go in with the screw. So the washer have a bigger opening at the bottom and smaller on the top. On one side is curved, it's kind of sharp, on the other side is round. This is sharp side, this is round side. So the sharp side going on the bracket, round side on the outer side. See the sharp side, there is a line in the bracket. Here, now we have this screw with big head, which is good enough to don't go from that hole out. So this screw we have here is the head is big enough to don't slide over the hole, but we need to make sure we're gonna go 90 degrees on it, otherwise it would just slide in if we're not gonna go 90 degrees there. If the head on your screw is smaller than that, you can do this. If you have very small screws, just use a washer, and that's how you secure it to the wall, so the head still gonna hold it there, even the opening on the washer is quite big. We're gonna go with this one, which is holding nicely. This is the screws we're gonna use and the washers. Just push the wardrobe in, find the hole which we pre-drilled, and we're gonna secure the screws slightly in before we put the washer. If you're using those small washers, if you have very small screws, now before that you're gonna have to put that metal washer which coming with the wardrobe. In our case, we don't need the washers, the small washers, because the head on our screw is big enough to hold in place when the bracket's gonna come in. So just secure the screws in the pre-drilled holes in the wooden bits on the wall. Don't secure them in completely, leave them a little bit out so you can place the washer in. Once the screws are in, you can put the washers in. The sharper side is on the bracket side, round side on the outer side. Now we can secure it in. We're gonna do the middle first. So push the wardrobe in completely. So again, sharp side going in, and that's the lines where the sharp side gonna hinge on. So the opening on the washer gonna be at the bottom. Slide it in through the screw and slide it all the way down to the slimmer part of the opening. The sharper side on the washer is gonna line up with those lines on the bracket. And now before we secure the screw to the wall, we can push the wardrobe to the wall. You're gonna see it here how that look. You see the screw come out, and now we can secure the screw completely to the wall. Make sure the bracket is nice and straight, so you can put the covering bracket over it after. I start with the middle, so it's not twisting the left and right first. That's how it is. You see the sharp side nicely lining up in the lines on the bracket. Exactly the same the second, third and fourth one. Just secure it. At this point the wardrobe is close to the wall. Same here. Secure the left side and the right side as well. Covering plastics. So this is just covering the brackets, matching with all interiors. So all interiors nice and white. Once you press them in on the top and on the bottom, they just kind of click in. Now we have those adjustable legs. In our case, our wall and the floor are kind of in a 90 degrees, so we don't need to lift the wardrobe up. And we have a carpet here as well, so we're just gonna secure the adjustable legs in with a screwdriver so we can put the covering plastics on the top. These adjustable legs, to be honest, are kind of useful if you need to lift the wardrobe a little bit, but if you need to lift the wardrobe up a little bit higher because of your floor and the wall is not in 90 degrees, I would rather don't put any pressure on those legs too much. They more or less useless for any heavy adjustments, because once you load the wardrobe it's very heavy. So instead of using those legs to lift the wardrobe up, I like to put something under, like a small wooden bits under the legs, so the weight of the wardrobe is on those wooden bits under the wardrobe, not on those adjustable legs. Because this system is a bit fiddly. It didn't change this for a very long time, but yeah, it is what it is. This is like for light adjustments, not for any kind of heavy adjustment. So I would suggest, instead of adjusting those legs completely, put something under the wardrobe. We secure them down just to put the covering plastics in this case. Luckily the floor and the wall is kind of nice here, don't need to do any heavy adjustments. Now we can secure the rails for the drawers. And now we're gonna put the top rail. So if we did everything right, the top rail gonna go in. It's kind of tough to push that in, but that's how it should be, nice and tight on the top. Secure it on the right side with one screw with the side panel, and on the left side with the side panel as well with one screw. Here on the underside of the rail, you're gonna secure the top rail with the 2 screws on each side. Now we can secure the bottom panel. That one coming in easy, not so tight as the top panel. And we're gonna secure this bottom panel with the 2 screws through the bottom panel to the side panel on this side. And exactly the same on the other side. One screw gonna go through the bottom panel to the side panel of the wardrobe. On the top of the bottom panel, we're gonna secure it with the 2 small screws on each side. And that's it for the part 2. In the part 3, I'm gonna show you how to adjust the doors if your door's not lining up with the edges of your wardrobe. So if they're left or right, if you need to adjust the door, how everything works here, I'm gonna explain all how it works with all the mechanics of these hinges on the inner and outer doors. We're gonna do as well the ending panels for the Ikea Pax sliding wardrobe. So that's gonna be the ending panel for outer and for the inner door on the new Ikea Pax wardrobe sliding doors. And in the part 4, I'm gonna explain everything about the interior lights for the Ikea Pax wardrobe, attachment of the lights, and cable management as well. Everything you need to know about the holes to drill or not to drill in the wardrobe and all that kind of good stuff. Thank you for watching. See you in the part 3.